Hello everyone, welcome back to the Tomato Blues Kitchen. This is me Anusha Rajagopal back again with another recipe, and today it is all going to be about Sawan Mahina ka special. We are going to look at a Vrat special dish today. We are going to make Sabudana Khichdi. In case you're someone who fasts on Sawan Somvar, then leave a comment and tell me what do you enjoy eating at the end of the day. Is it Sabudana Khichdi or Sabudana Vada or just fruits and milk? So whichever way it is, I think a good Sabudana Khichdi is something that we all must learn to make, and I am a very big fan of Sabudana. So whenever somebody wants to make Sabudana, the main challenges they face are either it becomes too oily, or it becomes clumpy, or it becomes hard. The pearls don't become soft after cooking. So today in this video, I'm going to show you all how to make that perfect, non-sticky, less greasy and beautifully soft pearls of Sabudana Khichdi. So come on, let's get started. I'm going to be telling several tips along with the recipe, so do watch the video till the end. And in case you have not subscribed to our channel, please do not forget to subscribe and press the bell icon for more recipe updates. Now come on, let's get into the recipe. The first step would be to soak the sabudana. I am using medium-sized sabudana today. I have taken 1.5 cups of sabudana, to which I am going to be adding 3/4 of a cup of water. Now, this is the most important step in getting those separate pearls of sabudana in your khichdi. If you add more water, then your sabudana will become all sticky while they soak. So it's very important to add water just enough to soak the sabudana. Today I'm going to be soaking this for 6 hours because my sabudana is a little old. In case your sabudana is new, is fresh off the shelf of a supermarket, then even 4 hours of soaking time is more than enough. Now I'll show you how my sabudana looks after soaking. If you can see, the volume has doubled. That is, it has become double in quantity, and the pearls have become soft and squishy. If you press it with your fingers, it turns squishy. The main thing you remember here is that, if you use nylon sabudana, then the quantity of water and everything else changes. The texture of your sabudana khichdi also will change. So if you're a beginner, then stick to medium-sized sabudana pearls. The next step is to roast the peanuts. Now I'm going to be taking 3/4 of a cup of peanuts. Friends, if you're wondering why is there so much of peanuts in my khichdi, then I'll tell you why. Because Sabudana Khichdi is the perfect combination of carbohydrates and proteins which you need on a day when you fast. So there's no harm in enjoying some extra peanuts in your Sabudana Khichdi. I'm going to be roasting my peanuts on low flame in a cast iron skillet for 8 to 10 minutes. Your peanuts will start popping and the skin of the peanuts become a little blackish brown, and that is when you know that the nuts are roasted. You can use a roti sekan like this to gently peel off the groundnuts, and then you can shake off the peel by tossing them. Or maybe you can use a traditional winnow to get rid of all the peel. Now this is how my peanuts look after they are roasted. I am not going to remove the peels entirely today. I'm just going to use all the peels up, and I'm going to blend all the peanuts into a coarse powder. Now, for those of you who are watching my video, in case you did not know, peanut peels are rich in nutrition, so try not to take away the peel while you use peanuts in any recipe. This is how the peanut powder looks. Now, the next step is to combine our soaked sabudana along with the peanuts. Now I'm going to be adding the crushed, or rather the powdered peanut, to the soaked sabudana, and I'm going to make sure that the sabudana and the peanuts are completely incorporated. This is an important step in this recipe because it is the peanuts which prevent the sabudana from clumping up together. There are some people who also use soaked moong dal in a sabudana khichdi, but because moong dal is not permitted during Vrat, I have not used it in this recipe. If you're making it on a normal day, then soak 2 to 3 tablespoons of moong dal for about 20 minutes in water. Drain the water completely and you can use it in your khichdi. Now, this is how I'm going to mix the powdered peanut and my sabudana. making sure that they are all evenly distributed and all the sabudana pearls are evenly coated with the peanut powder. I took about 30 to 40 seconds to do this process completely. And in fact, more. I think I took about like 1.5 to 2 minutes even to get this right. Because like I said, this is what essentially prevents our sabudana from clumping up. Now that this is done, let us get on to making our sabudana khichdi. I'm going to be using ghee to make my sabudana khichdi today, but you can also use peanut oil as a vegan alternative. Now, I've added 1 tablespoon of ghee and I'm going to be crackling about 1.5 teaspoons of cumin seeds. Once the cumin crackles merrily, we are going to be adding 3 to 4 green chilies which has been slit. Once the chilies begin to blister, I'm going to be adding about 2 medium-sized potatoes which has been peeled and cubed. This is about 1.5 cups in cup measure. You can also use 1.5 boiled potatoes which has been cubed in place of this particular step. If you are going to be using boiled potatoes, then there is no need to fry the potatoes. You can just add it and get on with adding the sabudana step. Now, we are going to wait till the potatoes become fork tender, but they hold the shape. So what exactly is fork tender? When you poke a spoon or a fork through the potato, it should become soft. To this, I'm adding 1 teaspoon of turmeric powder. And let's give this a good mix. So far we've added cumin, we've added green chilies, we've added cubed potatoes and turmeric. Now I'm adding 1 tablespoon of water. Remember that I have kept my flame on low and I'm going to mix all this together. So why exactly am I adding water here? I'm adding water mainly because the potatoes will cook faster and they will also, not stick to the bottom. I do not want to add more oil or ghee at this point. So I'm adding water. Let us cover and cook the potatoes for 2 minutes. And this is how it looks after 2 minutes. So friends, if you can see, I am using a stainless steel pan today. So a little bit of sticking is quite unavoidable. It is okay. Do not panic. Just, scrape out the bottom and give it a good toss again. And now we will again be adding 1 tablespoon of water. Do not be tempted to add more than 2 tablespoons of water to cook your potatoes. If you add more water, then your sabudana khichdi will turn clumpy. Now let us cook and cover for 3 to 4 minutes. After 3 to 4 minutes, your potatoes must be fork tender and soft, but it will hold its shape. Let's do a small fork test or a ladle test or whatever you want to call it. I'm going to give this a good mix, scrape out the bottom like I did before, and I'm going to try to cut one of the potatoes. Yes, it's perfectly done. Now, the next step would be the very obvious thing, adding the sabudana and the peanut mixture. Now, remember friends, I have kept my flame on low all the while I'm making sabudana khichdi. This is because this will prevent sticking to the bottom and also the bottom burning. Now I'm adding pink salt and sugar. The reason why I chose pink salt is because it's the Vrat time and the normal iodized salt is not allowed. You can use senda namak in place of the pink salt. Now once you've added the salt and sugar, let's mix this thoroughly. Again, people may be wondering why sugar. Sugar balances out the flavors in a sabudana khichdi very beautifully, which is why I tend to add sugar, but again, adding sugar is optional. Now at this point, I'm going to be adding 2 teaspoons of ghee. This is an optional step, but highly recommended. The extra addition of ghee is to keep it soft even after cooling it down. Sabudana generally tends to dry out very fast once it's cooked. So this addition of ghee will prevent it. I know some people even splash a few drops of milk on sabudana to prevent this from happening. Now let's cover this and cook on low flame for about 3 minutes. Now, our objective in getting the perfect sabudana is almost 70% done. The remaining, I won't even say 70%, let's say 80% done. The next step would be to cook these pearls till they become transparent and soft. Like I said, I know people who sprinkle or splash about 1 or 1.5 tablespoons of milk on the sabudana to keep it soft even after it turns cold. I do not do this because I like adding lemon to my sabudana before eating. But again, if you're fasting, if it is a vratka khana, then try to skip the lemon, because I know a couple of households which do not permit lemon. So which is why I did not add milk today. But in case you're not going to add lemon, then feel free to replace that 2 teaspoons of ghee with about a sprinkle of milk, but not more than 1 tablespoon. Please remember, the more water or the more liquid you add to your sabudana, it tends to become more clumpy. So be very careful when you add water or any kind of liquid to your sabudana khichdi. Also, try not to use the nylon variety, because I often find that with the nylon variety, the whole game of making sabudana khichdi changes. It cooks faster and it absorbs water very quickly. So everything changes, the soaking time, the water used for the recipe, the cooking time, everything changes. And it's quite difficult to, control the way it behaves also, the nylon variety that is. But if you're using the regular medium pearls, then you're completely good to go. Let's open this and let's see how much it is done. I feel that, it has to be a little bit more transparent. I can see white pearls here and there, a couple of places. So I'll probably, let's mix this again and then let's close it and again cook this sabudana for about 5 minutes on low flame. Do not be tempted to raise your flame level or, cook it on high flame. Making good sabudana khichdi requires patience, my friends. It is not something that you can do, in a chutki mein nahi kiya jata hai karke bolte hain. So that's how it is. So let's mix everything. And if you can see, there's a little bit of sticking. I'm scraping the bottom. But rest assured that your sabudana khichdi will not turn clumpy if you follow my method. Now let's cook it, covered for 3 to 4 minutes. If you're using a non-stick pan, then I'm sure that you wouldn't be getting, sticky bottom. But because I'm someone who's not comfortable cooking in non-stick cookware, I prefer to do it in stainless steel pan. So that's it, my friends. I think we're almost there. All the pearls have become transparent. Beautiful, soft sabudana that, literally falls like raindrops when shaken from the ladle. And this is how I would like to end my day of fast. So this is for all those beautiful ladies who are fasting on Sombar during the Sawan ka Mahina. I hope you're all getting dicked up and having fun with your friends. I have vivid memories of playing with my friends, dressed up in green saris and having a lot of fun eating yummy food just like this sabudana khichdi. You can all see how beautiful it is. And now I'm going to show you all how beautifully separate the pearls are and fluffy and soft. I am sure the hunt for the perfect sabudana khichdi recipe ends here, and I'm hoping that many of you all try this non-sticky and perfectly clump-free, lump-free sabudana khichdi over this Sawan ka Mahina and enjoy it on Sawan Sombars. Please do share a picture of it if you try this with me on Instagram. Also tell me in the comments which recipe would you like to be featured in the Vrat Ka Khana special series in the next few weeks. I would be more than happy to cater to your requests. In case you like this video, friends, do not forget to press the like button, leave a comment and share it with your friends and family. Thank you for watching this video, my dear friends. I hope you all have a lovely Sawan ka Mahina and you enjoy all the goodies on the days you fast. We'll be back again with another recipe very soon. Take care. Stay home, stay safe. Bye-bye.